1, 2, 3, 4.
Very nice.
And we're live. Welcome everybody back to Quest and Quill, episode 5 of Facing the Frontier. This episode, Into Darkness. The party, after getting their asses thoroughly handed themselves, regrouped, pulled themselves towards themselves, and journeyed forth to the tunnel to get on with the job that they were contracted for. I don't know about you guys, but the stream is still not showing up for me.
Showing up for me.
No,
It's working.
Up,
Okay, it's up. Okay. Then they finally found their way to the tunnel and journeyed forth, being very cautious to stick together and use lots of light. Most of them, anyway. Aslan tried to make himself as loud and obnoxious as possible. Luckily for the group, the noise and light that they seemed to be making, for whatever reason, seemed to dissuade anything in particular from attacking them. Though the monk, not noticing, did nearly stray upon a tentacle that just seemed to be lurking in the ground. Now, the party met a cute little automaton friend that helped them out, making it even brighter light and journeying forth into the darkness to show them the last place he saw the archaeologist, Dr. Fickfumble. And while he was out in the darkness, all alone, something took him. Now, if everybody wants to roll initiative, we can begin.
It's a 10.
15. It was meant to be.
Yeah, it really was meant to be. Yeah.
I got an 16 plus 2 again total. 18 total.
Nice.
So it's John, me, and then Aslan and Lula have the same.
Yeah, I got a
just
5.
I just want to share with everyone that before the game even started, I was like, "Hey Nick, I rolled for initiative. It was an 18." He's like, "No, it doesn't count because the game didn't start yet." So I was like, "Damn it!" So I went and got an 18 again. I was like, "Ha!" Very satisfying, I must admit.
It was meant to be.
Oh,
The dice
so
gods.
nice, it happened twice.
So nice it happened twice. The dice gods will decide.
Yeah.
Love it.
Aslan, what's your dexterity?
My dexterity is
Yeah.
+2.
Same as mine. Shit. Okay.
Hold on. Roll again. Roll, both roll a custom D20.
Got it.
Uh, 15.
I got 11.
So it's Aslan first.
Yep. I guess the dog is really getting to Lula. Holy hell.
So give me the order, people.
Okay, so it's John, Frank, Saul, Aslan, Lula.
Okay. Well then, if everybody's ready and the Albe Rodeo is up, we can begin.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Get it.
So, you guys see AI, the automaton assistant that you just met, creep up onto the edge of this collapsed rock that had fallen into the cave. And as he did, and shown his light up to present to you guys where the doctor had last been seen, something whipped him off into the night, and you weren't able to see it. But his like arcane lamp, whatever magical sort of torch he seemed to be using, has been scattered in amongst the rocks, casting light and scary shadows in different directions. You guys can also hear the echoing through the tunnel in the darkness. Whatever is happening here, you guys are on unfriendly terrain. The little torches have the little glow lamps have somewhat lit around the area, but other than that, it's for the most part dim light with shadows cast all over the place. Why is okay? If everybody's ready, we can start from the top with John.
Okay.
Oh, I guess John will look shocked at what's happening. You would see fear and surprise across his face at the same time, and he freezes for a second, gasping. But he seems to be the first to react, and he says, "Help it, I guess." And then he runs over to the left, and tries to climb up on this tree right here to see if he can get line of sight to see what's attacking it.
Okay, that works.
And what does he see? Does he have vision on what's attacking it? Or
But I'm just going to say, for the sake of this, his arcane light has been dropped over here, meaning that light emanates from between this rock and the pyramid and sort of like casts off in different directions like that. He's been pulled to the right into this thing, and on top of the sound of metal clanking, like the clink, 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 clink of his metallic body striking stone and whatever, as well as the echoing through the cave, you can tell that he's being pulled and dragged towards that like leftward side. You don't have direct line of sight, but you can see sort of where it's gone and like the shadows being cast. Is the best way I can say it.
okay. I guess John would point ahead and say, "It's going that way." And heck, I don't even know. And I guess I'll take the dodge action. Because at the same time, he's not about to run over there himself for the moment. He's hesitating. And that's his turn.
All right. That means it's Frank's turn, right? Hello.
Yes, sir. Frank was all next.
All right. So I can't see what's dragging him, right?
Like I said, you can hear the body. You can hear the scrapes and the clinks of the metallic body. You can see the shadows going on that side. No one has line of sight over this giant collapsed rock in the middle there.
Okay.
I'm sorry, you said his big lantern was over on the right here?
It's the blue X.
Oh, okay.
And you're saying that this big rock is what's obstructing us from seeing it?
The big rock. There's one of the pillars collapsed there. There's a bunch of rocks and boulders just collapsed from the ceiling that have rolled down the pyramid and now obstruct everything basically, as well as it being difficult terrain.
Okay, well, I guess Frank will just get over here. And I'll do a perception roll, I guess, to try and see what's going on. And like, because the sounds that we're hearing, is that coming just from that direction, or?
The sounds that you're hearing come from literally everywhere around the cave. They echo through the cave.
Okay. Well, my perception check is a 21.
You can see with a 21 from your position that the same slippery, slimy, crawly tentacles that the monk nearly stood on seem to be sliding down and through the cracks along the pyramid. You also seem to notice that they're coming from different directions. With a 21 perception, I'll say that you get some direction on the sound. You can hear that the sound is coming from the east, so the right-hand side, slightly more than everywhere else in the cave. But that doesn't necessarily help you point out exactly what direction it comes from, because it does seem to be coming from multiple directions, and there are multiple sources of this creepy, eerie sound that just echoes and reverberates through the cave.
All right. So Frank will point towards the east and or where he's hearing the sounds from, and say, "There's some over there too. We're being surrounded."
Saul is going to bound across. He's going to jump off of the tram
Mm-hmm.
and onto the fallen beam, support beam. He's going to run across the top, hop over. He's going to use all of his movement to end up right here. He's going
Gotcha.
to go ahead and take the you know what? He's going to use Step of the Wind to bound up to the top of this stone here, if that's okay.
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay. And I believe that means that he still has an action left. Do I see anything? Do I see the tentacle wrapped around this thing?
No, you do not see a tentacle. In fact, what Saul sees is a strange, small creature with what look like long, almost vine, gropey arms that end in long, slimy, slippery, slender fingers. And this creature seems to have the automaton, who's struggling as best he can, wrapped in its strange arms, and is now dragging it towards the edge of the cave.
In that case, I think with Step of the Wind, I still have plenty of movement. I would like to close the distance on it and do an attack.
Let's see it.
Okay. He's going to lash out with his Bowie knife.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's going to be a miss, though.
What is it?
It's a 10.
Yeah, that's definitely a miss.
And he is going to do his unarmed strike.
No, you stepped at the wind already. That's the bonus.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
it's
right.
unarmed strike.
You're absolutely right. My mistake. Yeah, so he lashes at it, but nothing happens. That's his turn.
You can still shout out. You can still call to everyone else.
Yeah, he'll cry out. I mean, I think it's he's pretty well lit. Like everyone saw him bounding up there. I think he's probably, as he like hops down from the stone out of sight, he's gonna have like a little war cry, and then disappears back there. That's what you guys see.
How does it sound?
You're gonna make me scream into the mic,
Yeah, boy.
buddy. Come on.
Okay, it's fine. Then that will be Frank up next. Sorry, Saul up. Oh, we skipped Frank. Oh no, wait, sorry. Aslan up next with Lula. Then, my bad.
Yep.
I like scribbled the notes and I can't even read my own handwriting. I feel like a doctor.
Yeah.
Now, doctors can hear it or read it.
You'd be surprised.
Aslan will draw both his hand axes from his waist,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna sprint towards Saul And he'll jump on one of the rocks and then on top of the tree log. He
Okay.
just- And after that, he's gonna take a dash action to get even closer to Saul. I think this about as far as he can go. Yep. What does he see here? It's just Saul screaming.
Yeah, he's probably lunging at this thing, trying to. He's probably just tried to jab it. And it's probably sidestepped or something, and he's just engaged with it.
Sounds very engaging.
Mm-hmm.
That's I guess Aslan will ask, "Do you need help?"
I don't think he's gonna respond to that. I think he's like fully like in the shit with this thing. He's like
Okay.
struggling with it.
Yep.
Trying to stab it. Dude, he's some.
Aslan will end the story with saying, "Yeah, get him!" Or just cheering him from behind and like trying to see what's going on. From the right, punch him in the
Then-
right. Come on.
Then Lula, you're up.
Lula is going to. I'm guessing there's some difficult terrain around here, right?
Basically, the whole thing is difficult terrain. I let Aslan and Saul get away with it because they both described how they did it. Saul is a motherfucking monk and Aslan is a cat. So they punked over it like there was no problem at all.
All right. Well, okay. Well, Lula is going to dash from her position. She's going to jump off the cart and land on the log here, and hopefully jump across this gap over here onto this log, and then hopefully scurry up like a cockroach very quickly up these rocks to be able to engage in combat with the
So-
other two.
It's double
Yeah.
movement.
Yeah, so that's 60
Okay.
feet. I can make it around here-ish with 60 feet.
No, you can't.
Because
Because it's difficult terrain. Is the
they are,
thing.
yeah, without
so
difficult terrain. So I'm guessing she's
so
going
it's
to be
half.
around.
Right.
Maybe I would
here.
make this
Yeah,
argument just because what she describes is exactly what Saul did. So if she was with Saul and watching Saul, then maybe she
Oh,
could
gotcha.
Because
kind of mimic
because it
exactly
happens
what Saul did.
simultaneously, right? Then they would just be running together, basically.
So
Yeah, more or
we'll
less.
just
Okay.
But it's up to Nick.
And do an
Yeah.
acrobatics.
Give me a
check.
dex saving throw or an acrobatic.
Yeah,
Yeah, give me an acrobatics check. Is actually probably better.
Come on, Lula. Come on, farm girl. Acrobatics, you say? Athletics?
Acrobatics.
Oh, acrobatics. My bad. Come
Yeah,
on, Lula. Come on. She got an 18.
All right.
nice.
You can do it.
Oh hell yeah! There you go, farm girl. Nice work. Okay. She is going to, with Saul leading the way, she's going to mimic his movements as best as she can, and she's going to make it. Yeah, let's just say over here. And that's the end of her turn.
That means it's the monsters. So, on their turn, you guys notice from the darkness a tentacle slip down the corner, almost seeping along the cracks of this pyramid structure and sliding towards you. A second one seems to come from almost the seam where this pyramid structure meets the cavern wall. Excuse me. And this one is able to just reach out and make an attack at
Saul.
That's all.
Yeah, I guess.
Sorry, I was looking for my dice,
It's okay.
which is a natural 6, so I'm pretty sure that whiffs.
Yeah, he's
so this
got
thing comes like
17 AC.
to wrap itself around its leg, and he just like picks his leg up and fights it off.
Chopped away.
The second one can't quite make it close enough, but you guys somewhat notice it slimily sleeking its way towards you. Because Frank rolled such a high perception roll in the last turn, John may not notice, but Frank will indeed notice as a creature seems to appear out of thin air from the wall next to them, and another one seems to lurk its way out of the water. You have dark vision, right? It's 60 feet, right?
Yeah.
So you more like hear the sound of the water splash, and then from that you see two creatures both scurrying and coming at full speed. You hear that of their clippers, and you hear that you've been hearing screeching as these two creatures both take a double dash action and scream towards you, seeming to emerge out of the darkness like some of your most horrific nightmares.
So Frank, noticing this, would definitely alert John and be like, "Over there!"
Okay. Well, as you do this, you make enough noise that the creature is going to nah, he's not going to do that. Okay, sorry, never mind. The creature is just going to take a double dash action, and its slimy form gets right up next to you, and you see these writhing tentacles of a face, these two long clibberty claws, almost like the worst, most disgusting lobster you've ever seen in your entire life. The whole creature seems to be coated in some sort of viscous mucus, and it just stares at you with horrible, lifeless, dead, like blue, glassed over eyes, and you hear that of its claws, and as this creature gets into range with you, preparing to attack on its next turn.
Yep.
With that, the one holding the automaton, now being basically surrounded and nearly ganked, is going to try and drag its prey away, taking both of your guys' attack of opportunities. So I'm going to go put him there, put the automaton there. You guys can both take your reactions if you would like to. So that's Saul and Aslan.
Got a 19 to hit with the Bowie knife.
It's a hit. Aslan.
That dirty 20. Nice.
20.
8 damage from Saul.
Dirty 20. Nice. How much from Aslan?
8.
Nice.
Okay, so as this thing tries to just crawl away, you guys both... And between the axe and the Bowie knife, you eviscerate it. Freeing your little automaton friend.
Yay. I thought he was done for.
That creature is now dead.
Are you feeling
wow.
bucket of bolts?
That didn't take long. That's great.
And now come help us, guys.
With that,
Idea.
sorry.
No, I'm going to say it on my turn.
Okay, so with that, the tentacles will once again take that's not going to work, and that one will come down, and a tentacle will wrap itself around Aslan's leg, trying to strike it, trying to like pull him and grasp him. I need a contested strength check from you, please.
Strength saving throw?
Ooh.
Yeah.
A 17.
Nick.
You take 2 bludgeoning damage, so that's half to 1.
I'm
Hey,
not
Nick.
enraged.
Oh, you're not raged, so that's 2 bludgeoning damage. And it doesn't quite hold you or pull you to the ground, but it seems to have like grasped around your leg.
I thought that one wasn't capable of making it to Aslan.
This is the next turn now.
How is this the next? Okay.
Yeah.
Nick, I'd like to use my reaction to whack the tentacle using Sentinel attack.
That's only when it leaves your melee range.
No.
Big one.
Oh wait, sentinel attack.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
something attacks an ally within range, and
5
he's right
feet.
next to that ally, yeah, he can
Beautiful.
attack it with a reaction.
Okay,
Yep.
make your attack.
He's learning the game, guys.
That was good.
Yeah, Sentinel's great. Love it.
It's a really good one. I'm thinking about getting it.
Especially at low levels when you only have one attack, you basically double your attacks. It's pretty nice.
19.
Okay. That's a crit. Oh shit.
Ooh.
Ooh,
All right.
spicy. Let's go.
Rolling critical damage, and the critical damage is
Wait.
13.
Not bad.
13.
How do you want to end
Yep.
this poor little tentacle?
Okay. With the double-handed grip on the quarterstaff, lift it above my head and say, "Get your slimy tentacles away from the pussycat!"
As you just whack this thing, it seems to recoil like a snake, and and you just see this horrible viscous black liquid just spurt out of it, and it just like slaps onto the thing, and then you see it slowly being pulled back up the side of the pyramid. With that, it's John's turn, with Frank up next.
Gross. Alright, so he would see this thing slithering up to them, and he would clearly be very disturbed. And his eyes would begin to glow purple as he lowers his glasses and he says, "Inshiro Avansina." And he's going to cast Dissonant Whispers on it, so it needs to give me a Wisdom save DC 14.
Natural 15, sorry.
It's all good. It takes 8 psychic damage.
The one right in front of Frank?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then he's gonna hop down from the tree and run away.
As you feel the psychic damage from your spell hit this creature, you notice that it hurts the creature, but once again you feel that tightness close in around your mind, and you feel not from the creature necessarily, but more from something in the environment around you, that of psychic energy sort of reflect back at you, almost as if it's reflecting off the walls.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So it's kind of amplifying or resonating. Does it hurt me?
It doesn't hurt you, and it doesn't seem to do any extra damage to the creature or any less damage to the creature, anything like that. But whenever like you seem to like whatever psychic damage you're letting off into the area seems to be having some sort of reaction from the caverns and from the environment around you.
It like echoes in these chambers.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it, like an echo.
All right, heard. So he's gonna do that. So he tried to repel it. Unfortunately, it seems to resist the worst of his spell, but it still would be annoyed, I suppose. And then he would hop down. I think that's 15 movement because the tree is difficult terrain, right? But the ground, the ground underneath isn't though, right?
No, so from that side,
Okay,
you're not in
cool.
difficult terrain anymore.
All right, cool,
It's mostly where the rocks are.
nice. So I use 15, so I have 15 more. So I'll go here, and then that's his turn.
Okay. Yep. So Frank and then Saul.
So Frank, seeing his teammate running away, would look at John running away and then say, "Get back here, you coward!" And then he just sighs, and then
He says, "Use your shield."
Then he just sighs and then grabs his little cannon from underneath his coat, puts it on the ground, and screws the flamethrower on top of it. Watch it in this one. And I mean, you guys can't see it, but you can see that. Actually, never mind. No, I'm lying. Screws it on top, and then he would use his bonus action to flamethrower. I'm gonna need a deck save from this creature.
Okay. Where's the token that we created for your things? Did I give it to you or did you give it to me?
I send you a picture, and then you. I'm assuming you made a
Oh
token.
no, the artwork isn't done yet. Never mind. We're just gonna use this one for now. Where would you like to put it?
Here.
So because you're deploying this thing like literally right in this creature's face, and like we said, you put it down off your belt, and this. If you want to describe it, please describe what it looks like.
What the creature or the?
No,
cannon?
no. You setting up your cannon. Remember we spoke about it.
Yeah. Like I said, he grabs it, the thing, and then screws the top on that has the flamethrower.
Okay, well the thing is like a small, almost half circular metallic base that he then clips upside down, presses the button on top, and legs, ching, 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 like his spider walk could deploy out of it. He then takes the flamethrower's cap and spins it in like, and then suddenly there's a flamethrower deployed there. But because you're doing this literally in front of this creature's face, I'm gonna let it take reaction attack of opportunity on you.
Why?
Because it's like casting a spell in a creature's face. It doesn't give you disadvantage, but like you're literally doing this right next to the creature.
It's like it has the wizard hunter or spellcaster hunter feat, basically.
Fate
Basically, yeah.
Slayer.
That's right.
Okay.
So, natural 4. This thing takes a swing at you with its clip, just over your little gnomish head as you like duck down to screw the thing in, and it doesn't manage to land its attack. Is that your turn, or you gonna roll your? Do I have to roll a deck save?
I told you to roll your deck save.
What is it?
13.
Well, natural 18. Sorry.
Okay, so
I take half down. Yeah.
So half is 7, so it rounds down, right?
Yeah, 3.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's on the close one. Okay, it still didn't like that, and well, it doesn't do any damage. The bright flame erupting at this creature, it seems to wince back from it.
It doesn't seem to do any damage.
No, it does damage, but the flame seems to, and especially the heat, seems to push this creature away as the flame crackles on its mucousy body. Saul, you're up. Aslan next.
All right. Saul is going to try to stab this tentacle that's grabbing at him.
Do it.
With his Bowie knife. Okay, it's a 14 hit.
On the tentacles, I believe it does. Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, he's going to do 6 points of damage. He's going to do an offhanded attack where he basically is going to have pinned it down with the dagger and has like basically got it pinned down to the ground, and he's going to like kind of try to break the bones in it or whatever the hell's inside of it.
How do you kill this poor little thing?
Oh, okay.
Poor little tentacle.
In that case, I think he like puts it in a lock and like just kind of like rips it apart. Like it's part of it's pinned down into the ground, like into a crevice in the pyramid there, and then he like pulls it up and like just kind of like break. You hear something like crack inside of it, and it goes limp. And he recovers the dagger.
So you see it crack and like fall to the ground. This mucousy thing seeming to flow from what weird pores are on its form, and it sort of just slides backwards into the cracks and crevices from whence it came.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to do Step of the Wind again.
Okay.
And it's going to bound across the stone again, kind of scramble across and hop up onto the top of the fallen pillar over here, kind of precariously on the edge where it's split.
Show me where.
I will, right here.
Okay, yeah.
And that's my turn.
Okay, Aslan, what you doing?
Aslan is gonna look behind him. Does he see this commotion going on with Frank and Saul?
I think he probably does.
Okay, then he's
You would hear Frank's flamethrower going off.
There's probably still some flames licking the back of the train
Yeah,
there.
like you would hear and you'd see the flames going along.
Okay. In that case, Aslan would parkour down these rocks back, rerouting the same path that he took up to
Okay.
here. And then he'll take a dash action to parkour the rest of the way on top of these logs onto
Okay.
Frank's side.
Yeah, cool.
And then he's gonna say, Frank, shoot the fire thing.
I already did. Hit it.
Aslan displaying leadership skills. Let's go.
Do you have anything to do with your bonus action?
Yeah, he's gonna rage.
Nice, good to know. Lula.
Luna's going to put away her quarterstaff and equip her one astral knuckle along with her shield on the other arm, and she's going to walk up to the bucket of bolts and pick them up so that we at least know where the bucket of bolts is. And with the remainder of her movement, I guess she's going to stop around here with the guy.
Okay, yeah. But you can get about that far. So you're carrying him. Carrying him also decreases your movement, doesn't it? Because he's not, even though he's a medium creature, he's heavy.
Fair enough. So let's say around here.
Am I right, Kyle? That's how it works?
He's a small creature, isn't he? You said isn't
He's
he
the same size as a
Frank's
gnome.
size?
The same size as
Okay.
the gnome, but just still technically medium.
Yeah, but
Oh,
on
really?
on top of that, he's
Yeah,
heavy.
it's kind of weird.
Isn't he a willing creature though? Like wouldn't Lula just be able to get him and then you come along?
Guys,
But isn't he
he's
just
made.
He's
metal?
Heavy.
He's a dense
Yeah.
metal.
He's a heavy
Yeah,
metal
yeah.
man. Anyway, that's not the point. We're done
No,
arguing about
gnomes
this.
are size small. Just
Okay.
saying. They're
Well-
not size medium.
Well, he's made out of like
No.
steel
Oh, that's fine.
and
No,
copper and some
I'm
wood.
not
It's a
contesting your
warforged.
ruling.
It's a
Yeah, I'm not
warforged.
contesting your ruling. I'm just saying gnomes are small.
Okay.
Small?
I thought they were medium.
How dare you?
No.
They're tiny.
I thought they were
How
medium
dare
too.
you? Well, yeah, compared to Aslan, Frank is fucking tiny. Yeah.
Snack size.
Dwarves are medium. Gnomes are small.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right.
So is that your turn, Lula?
Yes, I'm basically holding the automaton if possible, like cradling him in this arm with behind the shield, and my free hand like this, like bring it on, you motherfuckers! Come here, come on, come on.
Okay. So with that, the creatures in front of Aslan and Frank. So the first one is going to complete its dash action, still squealing and screaming horribly at you, clicking its claws, and you hear the echo through the cave as this thing charges at your flamethrower. The other one, after just being shot with this giant cone of flame, is going to turn around and attack the thing that just shot it with a giant cone of flame.
Did I hear correctly?
Did you hear correctly? Sorry, give me 1 second. I need to find this plus. So that's a 14. Does a 14 hit? Okay. Then it takes its second attack. Instead of going with the claws this time, the horrible tentacles on its front seem to extend out and try and grapple onto this cannon in front of it. That's I need to actually wait now. It's okay. Okay, so that's 17 total. I need a DC 12 Constitution saving throw, please.
DC 12.
Are you immune? Is it immune to poison?
Yeah.
Then we're wasting time. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So it's fine. But it does take 9 damage.
9 regular damage.
Yeah, 9 bludgeoning damage as these tentacles sort of grip around it and start to pull it apart. With that, Lula, trying to drag this heavy thing, like something drops onto your head from the ceiling, onto your form, and you feel as these long, slippery, almost I don't know what the best way to describe it, vine-like pool noodly arms start to grasp themselves around your neck and your upper torso. I need you to give me athletics or acrobatics check. Yeah, because that's
maybe let's go.
That's a 18, so that hits for sure. I need
So Dex.
Yeah.
Dex.
Yeah. No, I need athletics. I need it's a grapple escape, so it's contested strength, and I need acrobatics or athletics.
Yeah, then I'll roll athletics instead.
Probably a good idea, right?
Wait, what's grappling him now?
It's like these ropey vines, some sort of tentacle vines.
Some sort of small monster with long, cool, noodly arms. I'm afraid a 12 does not beat a 17. So one of these creatures wraps these pool noodle-like arms around your neck, and you feel your breath constricted.
So where did that thing come from?
It seemed to drop on Lula from above, on her from above. So you take 2 bludgeoning 2 plus 3, so 5 bludgeoning damage, as well as 6 piercing damage. As these long, like slimy, slippery arms wrap themselves around your neck, pulling inside you, and you feel like what almost seem like spines or bones pierce your flesh. You are now restrained.
Uh-oh.
And I think you drop the automaton.
Most likely, yes.
Would make sense, right?
Yeah, it would make a lot of sense. I'm only a single human.
What direction is John looking?
I guess since the last thing he was doing was running left, I guess he's looking to the left.
Yeah, and it rolled a terrible stealth roll. You notice another one of these creatures seems to be perched on the pillar, looking down at you like it's about to do the same operation, but it seems to be waiting for the right moment. And I think I'll end my turn there, with more tentacles seeming to creep from small crevices and cracks in the crave towards the party. That means John is up and Frank next.
Do I have a line of sight with Lula? Does John notice that she's being attacked?
She's standing on top of the rock, so you would notice, yes.
Okay. Shit. Give me a moment here. Yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast the one that's strangling her.
Okay.
I got a 23.
Ooh.
That
Nice.
definitely hits.
And I
Very
hit it
good.
for 10 force damage.
Very good.
Yeah.
Let's go.
This creature gets hit with these 2 beams of this green energy from John's eyes, and it seems to crumple and winkle down, but it's still pulling on her neck.
All right, and then
It
John's
definitely
gonna
didn't
say,
like that.
Yeah. Good. So John's gonna say, they're everywhere. They're surrounding us. Get in the train. And then he starts running over to the train. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That creature's more than bloodied. It's on its last legs. It's not looking good.
All right, 6. And then he stops over here, and that's his turn.
Okay, good to know. Frank, what you doing? Saul up next.
Frank will try and touch the creature in front of him with a shocking grasp.
Okay.
Does a 15 hit?
No, it does not.
Oh shit.
Right.
Then he so if he flamethrowers towards that thing. does
My
that-
bad. I was looking at the wrong stat. 15 does hit.
All right.
Okay. Question still stands. If I flamethrower the guy that's in front of Frank, would that hit John with the 15-foot cone?
Yeah, probably.
Aren't I above? Isn't there a half cover?
You never specified anything about diving down, so I'm assuming you're like climbing over the edge.
Yeah, but
Pretty
isn't the cart like
exposed.
higher up?
Yeah, but it's only
Yeah.
like 5 foot high. Like it's only like 5-10 feet higher. It's still within the
Right.
cone.
Oh, there isn't like an outer wall to the train to the back part.
It's like a half wall. It's more like a rail.
Okay.
So Frank would grab his would like tighten his glove, touch the creature, and say, "Get the fuck away from me!" as he does 5 thunder damage. Is it thunder or
Nice.
lightning damage?
Shocking grasp, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
shocking grasp should be
It's
lightning,
lightning.
right?
It's
It's
lightning.
lightning, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thunder's more like
Um,
sound damage, right?
What do you need
Yeah.
from me?
Also, and then I'm gonna flamethrower the guy to the right. I'm gonna need another dex save. For that.
Yep. 16 plus 16. No, 16 total.
On the dex save, that makes it. It's a dex save of 13.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I rolled 2 8s, so that means he takes 8 fire damage still.
8 fire damage. Nice. Same thing. The creature winces away from this fire like it's hot and unpleasant, and it definitely didn't like that.
And yeah, that's Frank's turn.
Okay. Good to know.
All right. Saul is going to take a shot at the creature grappling Lula.
Okay.
Isn't that creature already dead? I thought
18 hit?
John...
No, he almost did, but it's still alive.
Oh.
18 hits, I presume.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Oh, thank God.
It's 8 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
I think it's just choking her out right now. It's like behind her with its arms wrapped around her neck, and I think he just shoots it right between the eyes, and it just goes slack, falls down.
Headshot.
The noodle arms seem to loosen their tension, and the spine seem to pull out of Lula's skin, and they just sort of as the small creature dunks to the stony ground below.
And I think Saul's going to whip around and scramble across the log and jump and jump behind this creature and do a flurry of blows to get 2 unarmed strikes against it, if that's okay.
Are you gonna like just try and jump over everyone basically? Because Aslan is in the way there. Or I didn't understand what you said.
He's below me, right? So the idea is to like jump across. I can do an acrobatics check if you want.
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
Do a
I'm
flip.
just saying he would have.
Yeah, do a
would
flip.
Do a flip.
He would have no trouble jumping over Frank. I'm just saying.
Gnome jumping, that's a sport.
That's an 11.
I put the DC as a 12 because Aslan's kind of big. But we could just say that like you clip the top of his head as Aslan goes into the rage at the end of his last one. He goes, "Rah!" And then you just dunk into the back of his head. Meaning, even if you didn't make an attack, you would maintain your rage because you've been hit, even if you don't take 1 damage.
Hit by the
And you can fall into that position. I'm not going to put you prone. It wasn't bad enough that you have to fall prone, but you're definitely not on your best balance. That's for sure.
That's fair enough.
It
If
wasn't
you'd
very
like-
smooth.
If you'd
It
like,
wasn't
whenever I
smooth.
do this attack, I can do it without advantage to represent
Yeah.
failing acrobatics roll.
That's probably a good idea because you were
Okay.
going for the flank. I wouldn't say you have advantage on this one. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Ooh, that's a 25.
Nice, not bad.
That's 5 points of damage, and then he's going to use Flurry of Blows for the second attack.
Top or bottom one? Sorry.
It's the one menacing Frank.
Okay, yeah.
Bottom one.
So 5 points.
Yep, 5 points of damage.
Plus,
And then the second attack got a 21 to hit.
Jeez, man, you're just laying into this thing as you feel mucousy fish pots around your fists.
Max damage on the second attack for 8 points of damage.
Beautiful, man. This
Nice.
creature definitely doesn't like that.
it's still alive? Jesus.
These are the big boys. Come on. That's my turn.
That's why I want them to get
Good turn.
away from me.
Aslan, what are you doing? And then Lula up next.
Aslan, he's fuming. He's frothing at the mouth. Gonna take a double swing.
He's also
First
just been
swing
kicked in the
hits
back of the head.
for 17.
Okay.
That's
Now, would
9
this be-
damage.
Would this be considered flanking or no?
So I'm gonna say the creature is currently facing Aslan and Frank, so
Okay.
Saul is
That's-
getting the flank.
Gotcha. Okay.
So the first swing hits for 9 damage.
Okay.
And the second swing hits for
Then-
7 damage.
Oh no, that doesn't. Yeah. Forgot.
Hell yeah.
The creature definitely did not like that. It seems to writhe, and as it writhes, you notice that the mucousy flesh of its skin seems to like almost ripple in waves.
Gross.
Ew.
Tough fella. That's it. That's the turn.
Okay. Lula, what are you doing?
Lula's going to thank Saul for shooting that strangling son of a bitch off her neck, and she's going to attempt to drag the machine man down to regroup with the rest of the group, and also talking to her like, "Come on, can't you make yourself lighter, you machine man? Come on, gotta go."
The AI doesn't seem to be completely conscious. It seems like, and you notice that one of the eyes is blank, and the other eye is just doing the loading icon.
Are you dreaming of electric sheep? Come on, wake up! Oh, movement. I guess you can.
You
move
can have
over here.
15 feet.
So
You can have one more.
Okay, one more. Okay, thank you.
And the AI with you.
And yeah, that's it.
Okay. You don't want to take a. You haven't used an action.
And dash.
That was an action
Well, what was your action?
to grab the guy and move down with him.
Oh yeah, I mean I guess.
Yeah.
Is he not a free object interaction?
Yeah, he's heavy as fuck, man. That's the thing.
Hey,
that is pretty
AI
heavy.
are people too. One day the computers will be in charge, and then they'll be asking, "Are you even a person?"
And my response will be no.
Exactly. So, with that being the end of Lula's turn, the creature that Saul and Aslan have now been wailing upon, its carapace rippling with this mucus, seems to, and almost as the mucus sets out a little shockwave, and from the shockwave, all of you, a wave of psychic energy ripples off of this creature. And as it does, I need all of you within a 10-foot radius of it to make it an intelligence saving throw, please. So that's everybody, nearly John, but John is, including John, right? Because that's 10 feet from the creature. Yeah, John, everybody make an intelligence saving throw, please.
So it's
15.
psychic damage.
I haven't rolled for the psychic damage, but yeah, I need.
No, but it is psychic damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my little cannon is fine then.
John, do you have telepathy?
Yeah.
You have advantage on the saving throw.
Oh,
What
thank
is it?
Oh wait, sorry,
I rolled a 1.
You have disadvantage on the saving throw. My bad.
Wait,
Uh-oh.
disadvantage?
I just
Is
read it. Yeah.
Okay, it's a 1.
Is it magic, Nick, or no?
It's psychic static. I don't think that's magic.
Okay, because I have an advantage on intelligence against magic.
It sounds psionic.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's
I literally rolled a 10 and a 1, like a 0, a 10, and a 1. So
What's
11 total. Whoever made the save, so if you rolled above a 12,
Yep.
you can take 5 of that. If you rolled below the 12, you can take 11 of that.
Okay.
All right.
It's 5
And you
damage?
guys feel the psychic. Did you make the save? Because then it's 5, yeah.
Yeah, baby. I'll take 2.
Are you resistant to psychic damage?
Listen to everything.
Bear totem, I think
Jeez.
psychic damage gets you, bro.
That's your one vice.
I think it's just force, isn't it?
It's either force or psychic, but I'm pretty sure it's psychic.
It's
I'll double
it's
check. I'll
definitely
double check.
psychic. I've dealt with these bear totem bastards before.
Oh, you're right.
It's,
Yeah.
it's everything but psychic. Yeah.
Hey,
Sorry, bro.
No.
Oh no, the one type of damage I can't resist. Oh no.
At
And
least
the
he
other
made the
one,
save. That means he's very smart.
the other one will come down with 2 of its claws, just trying to smash at this little flame shooting creature in front of it. Natural 6, that's a failure. Natural 3, that's a failure. It just misses, like striking down on this little tank thing.
Did it hit his ally? Or can I choose his, who hits it? Hits.
Reaction being reduced.
Because that sounded like a shockwave that would just hit everybody in the area.
Forces each creature within 10 feet of it, so it's something that it makes you do.
Yeah, so your other dude would have also been hit by this.
Well, I think they're like probably
They're
they're
linked.
immune to this sort of thing.
They have like the same
They're
psychic
part of
wave.
the same hive mind. or
Retconned.
something.
Yeah, sure.
Psionics is a bitch, man.
Psionics is a bitch, man. Okay. With that, I think that's the end of my turn. Nothing else does it. Oh yeah, the tentacles seem to slither closer to you guys. They now appear from more areas than you thought they were initially, and
No.
the cave with the psychic wave seems to come even more alive than it was before, and you hear the scattering of feet and the like moving from further in and further out, and it seems that the whole darkness around you echoes with life and some strange force. With that, it's my end of my turn, and John, you're up.
All right, I guess John would cry out in pain as the wave of psychic energy hits him, and he's like, "Ah, God, hero top!" And then he tries and Eldritch blasts the closest crab monster.
The one next to Frank.
Indeed. And he gets a 10.
So that's a miss.
And then he says, "Come on, guys, let's take cover." And then he runs inside to the train.
Okay.
Stop running, you bitch.
The train seems to be messy. It seems to be some sort of compartment that is kitted out to be like not so much of a living space as sort of like a bunkhouse.
Okay.
Frank, that's you. It's all up next.
Frank, recoiling from this damage, will say, "Fuck this shit, I'm out," and take a disengage action. And I'll go to about there. And guess what else? He's gonna order the flamethrower to send another wave. Now on the bottom one to fucking end that thing once and for all. So another Dex 13 save.
Fails to save.
15
Alright.
damage.
Very nice damage. Woo.
15,
Very good.
not bad at
15
all.
fire damage.
This creature was
Oh.
bloodied and messed up before, but same thing. It seems to be quivering and shaking, and this mucus is burnt up, leaving its carapace dry and cracked. It's on its last legs for sure.
All right. If that concludes your turn,
It does.
all right, I'm going to
How's that
slash.
next?
I'm going to slash out at it with my Bowie knife. A 14 hit.
Yes, sir, it does.
All right. It's going to
Get it.
do 7 points of damage.
Bro. Okay.
It had 8
So,
damage HP, didn't it?
So fucking close, man.
That's okay. I'll use my bonus action for an unarmed strike. Or
The
written
as you stab into this creature, the mucus and this viscous black liquid leaks out of you and it squeals out in pain as it seems to be slowly crouching up in front of you.
Mhm. There's a 13 hit.
That's its AC.
All right. That is 6 points of damage.
How do you want to do it?
I think he's like pulled up its like head or whatever the equivalent of its head is, and is like trying to cut like its neck open, and it's still struggling, and then he just rips the head off.
Bless you.
It makes a noise a lot
Sorry,
like
guys.
that.
As the mucousy head and this viscous black liquid just spurts across the back of the train cart. It's brutal.
And I think that's going to finish his turn, actually.
Aslan, what you doing?
Aslan will he'll gracefully swing around, sidestep around the flamethrower, and then he'll dash behind the creature and take a double swing with it. Using his momentum from.
Does he get advantage from my flamethrower?
He gets advantage from yeah,
Saul.
sure, you're flanking enough for sure.
Yeah, it's either Saul or my flamethrower. It'd be both.
Yeah, it's probably both.
I mean, technically everyone gets it.
Does a 14 hit?
AC's 13, I think, if it's the
It's
same
for
creature.
9
Yes, sir.
damage with his first swing.
Don't forget to roll with advantage to see if you can get a crit.
I did.
For sure.
Okay.
And the second attack also hits for 14, so that's 5 damage. So 9 and 5.
Nice. The creature takes these brutal hits and the black viscous blood leaks out of its body. It definitely didn't like that, but it's not necessarily low yet.
That's it.
Make a progress.
Lula. Lula, ¿qué
getting-
pasa?
¿Qué pasó?
Lula is getting tired of dragging this metal man. So she's gonna try like place the Automaton on the back of her shoulders like a sack of potatoes, and hopefully that will make her move a little bit faster. Can she do that?
Extra 5 feet for being creative. Go ahead.
Thank you. So basically, I have 30 feet. So 35 feet. Is that fine?
In difficult terrain, you have 20 feet.
My bad. So 20 feet. Okay. All right. So 5, 10, 15, 20.
Mm-hmm. You also have your gun, you know that, right?
Yeah, but I want to get this metal man to safety before I can start fighting.
That's reasonable.
Yeah. Okay, that's my movement speed and everything. And my
Take a
turn.
dash action.
Oh.
Take a dash action.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gives you an
Yeah.
extra 15.
Yeah. Yes, please. So I can just drop the machine off.
I'll let you get inside the crate, and you have a bonus action inside the back of the cart, and you have your bonus action left.
Okay. Bonus action.
And hand them off to John.
Yeah. I'd like to hand him off to John so he's nice and safe away from combat, and so he can give us information. And well, since Lula's itching for a fight, since she just got a nice kill early on, she's going to use her bonus action. Wait, I used the action to pick up the guy. Does that count as an attack or nah?
Free object.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
You were already carrying him. You don't.
You're
need
carrying
to,
him in the last turn, yeah.
Yeah, you already used your action to pick him up.
dash. You used your action to dash. Remember?
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. So
I'm sure it's
sorry.
fine.
Sorry, I thought second wind.
You
could
have
only
a
be used
bonus
for
action.
attack.
You
Yes,
have a
I thought
bonus
second
action.
wind can only be used to fight attack. I'm going to use second wind to get some health back. 1d10. Rolling +4. Just getting some health back because that tentacle thing did kind of hurt, not gonna lie. 3 + 7. So that's 7 healing. End my turn.
All right.
Good to know. And with that, from above, as Frank has skirted off to the side, one of these creatures drops.
Fuck's sake.
You see it onto the rocks next to you. Not quite close enough to drop right on top of you, but nearly there. And as it does, it scurries towards you and reaches out at you, making its attack. That's 12 plus. That won't make it. That's 12 plus what? 12 plus. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah. 17 total. That doesn't make it, does it? You're 18.
Misses.
Yeah. Thoughts up?
Misses. Fucking Frank pulls up his shield to block this attack.
As this thing's tentacle-like arm just off your shield. The other creature then.
Does it have a 10-foot range, or did you forget to move it?
I've just forgot to move it. Sorry, my bad.
Okay. No,
I think it does have 10-foot range, but it wouldn't use it. It would crawl right up to you. It's trying to wrap its tentacle arms around you and drag you away. The other tentacles all seem to move forward, as if slowly sliding towards you guys. You notice even more of them seem to just slide from the cracks and the rocks and seep their way to your position, almost like,
Yep.
As well as that, this little creature, now being surrounded and this slimy, horrible, carapace-covered crab creature, will try and lash out at the two things in front of it, being attacked from behind and not knowing what else to do. It's going to take one swing at Saul and one swing at the flamethrower. The one at Saul misses with a natural 4. Flamethrower is 17 plus, so that hits. I need. Give me 1 second.
Immune to poison.
I know you're immune to poison. I need a DC 12 Constitution saving throw. Not immune to paralysis, I assume. It's the mucus covering this creature just slows it down.
Score.
Coming up the gears.
So
Yeah, getting all in the gears and gunking it up. Pretty gross.
What was the DC you said?
12 Constitution, please.
He does not make it.
You are slowed by 10 feet. So whatever its movement is now minus 10 feet, as well as taking 12 piercing damage. 12 piercing damage as the claw just sinks into its metal hull.
Okay, so this thing just falls apart.
As the metal splinters into pieces. That's my turn. So John, you're up. Frank next.
Let's see. Is there any windows in this carriage?
There's small little windows, but they're not enough for viewing, and it's very, very dark, so it's not like you can see anything out of them.
Okay. In that case,
the door is a glass door, though. The bottom half of the door, and then it has a glass frame in it, so you can see out. If that's what you're asking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess he's gonna He's gonna pop his head out the corner. He's gonna look left and see a slithering tentacle approaching.
Mm-hmm.
And he would try and beam that one.
Okay.
He hits it with a 20 for 7 force damage.
The tentacle explodes.
Sweet.
Eh,
A green beam lights up the cavern as it flies in its direction and just severs it.
Yeah, there's a lot of different light
and
sources at the
explodes
moment between the little lights that Frank and Saul placed on the ground and the arcane lamp that has been dropped by the automaton, and now there's green glowing beams going off into the cavern. it's like a techno party in here, but as well as it being like a techno party, in the moments between the light, it's pitch black and scary.
What's
Most
that?
horrifying techno rave ever.
Exactly. Sorry, I interrupted you. What were you trying to say? Sorry for interrupting you, Kai. What was John trying to say?
Oh, nothing. And then he shoots that, and then I guess that's it. He just goes back in,
Okay,
and he closes the glass door behind him.
Frank, you're up.
Frank, seeing how his little flamethrower got destroyed, you could just see him sighing and going under his coat, grabbing another one, and again, just like Nick described earlier, but this time he screws the top of the Force Ballista on top and puts it here next to him, using spell slots. And he will try and hit the thing next to him with the Force Ballista. There's a 16 hit.
16.
Isn't it disadvantage if it's a ranged attack?
Yep. Disadvantage, sorry.
I mean, you don't have to move it next to him, right? You could just
Okay,
leave it where
sorry.
it was. Wasn't it here?
So here.
16
Does a
is its
16 hit or
AC.
no?
16 is its AC.
So it gets pushed away
Okay.
and takes
My goodness.
16 force damage.
Jeez.
Very nice.
How do you want to splatter it?
So this thing just shoots it with force damage, and you could just see like a wave of force just going, and this thing just explodes.
Okay.
And its pieces just get flown 10 feet further away.
Bloody
Instead of this creature being pushed 10 feet away, its body parts now get pushed 10 feet away.
Gotcha.
And that's Frank. Yeah, that's Frank's turn.
So you're up. With Aslan on deck.
Saul is going to sidestep by kind of spinning around to the side, and he's going to take a Kinsei shot at this crab critter. That is an 18 to hit.
That hits for sure.
Alright, that's going to do 5 damage plus an additional d4 because of the Kinsei shot. So 6
Okay.
damage. Not great. I rolled all ones there. But that's his turn.
It's not bad. I still didn't like it. So there's no +3 on the Eldritch Cannon, by the way, Yasa.
What?
I
Why?
just googled it as well. It's just supposed to be a flat 2d8. Doesn't take
Why?
because it doesn't take your dex modifier into consideration. It's not you doing an attack.
Yeah.
Then why does D&D Beyond show that?
Who knows? Anyway, just remember it for next time. I'm not retconning anything.
It's weird.
Is the creature facing Saul right now?
You're. Yeah, sure. You can say so.
Okay. Then he's gonna take another swing at the creature.
Do it. You have advantage for sure.
So the first hit gets him for 6 damage with
Nice.
his right hand. And then he'll bring it around with the left. And then the left one is gonna hit for critical.
Roll your damage.
It's 6 damage.
Same thing. As you slice through this creature's carapace, you notice the mucus on its body seems to ripple.
looks delicious.
Is that your
God.
turn?
That's it.
Lula, you're up.
Where Lula is positioned on the card right now, she's going to she's going to move and she's going to jump on the railing and use herself as a she's going to try dive bomb this calamari monster that is in front of Aslan and Saul
Okay,
with
do
her
it.
shield.
Do it.
Okay, so I guess that's an unarmed strike.
I'll let you make an unarmed strike because it sounds cool.
Alrighty. Sweet. Okay, there's unarmed strike. Rolling.
Do you remember that your unarmed, the thing that we had to write down because unarmed strike didn't work with D&D Beyond?
Yeah, I remember.
So it's a D6 and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, D6. Oh, she got a 21.
Nice.
Hell yeah, baby. Alright, so 1D6. Where? Wait a second. Just rolling damage quickly.
Do it.
Rolling. Unarmed attack. Okay. 1D becomes 1D8. Sorry. 1D8. Okay, damage is 7 plus 7 strength modifier. 10 damage.
You smash it. It splats on the floor, just underneath your fist. Same thing, it starts to recoil and you just see it being pulled back into the crevices.
Is it dead?
Yep.
Sweet. Right, and then so how much movement do I have left?
About 10.
Would you reckon? 10. 5, 10. Then Lula's gonna move here, and another unarmed strike on this calamari buddy here.
Yeah, your bonus action, do it.
Yep. Unarmed strike. Does a 11 hit?
No, it does not.
Okay, so Lula goes up to this calamari monster and just whips that attack.
So Lula goes, and as this calamari's monster's, this is not a calamari monster. This is a lobster monster. The lobster, its carapace mucus seems to ripple and you just swing straight through it. And as it does, another one of these waves ripples across the entire creature's body. And as it does, we're gonna go to break.
All right.
We'll be back in 10 minutes, everybody. See you soon.
All right. So far, so good. We're not dead. So that's
Doing
good
great.
news.
We're back.
And we're back. And as we are back, Aslan has just, Lula has just tried to strike out at this creature, striking into its mucus. And as it strikes into its mucus, everybody around needs to make me a DC 12 intelligence saving throw.
All right.
Including John.
John might just be out of the 10 feet. Frank is
I
not
closed the glass door, so I should be safe.
No, you're safe. You're safe.
I got a
Frank is just out of reach, but Frank's machine probably still needs to make it, unless it's immune to psychic damage.
It is.
Then don't even bother.
Not going to.
So, what are your saves, everyone?
Aslan
Uh,
fails.
Made my save.
I rolled 2 9s, so 18 total. Everybody made it 18. Everybody did 9, please. Sorry, other way around. Everybody did 18. Everybody did 9, please.
Ooh, spicy.
Got a 4.
That's a hot bit of damage, isn't it?
Wait, how much if you made the save? I'm sorry.
9.
9. Holy smokes.
That was a big roll. I rolled 2 9s on 2 d10s.
Jesus.
Right.
Boy.
That's not great.
Those
Not
are some
great.
big boy
Okay.
dice.
Oh yeah. So 18 damage.
Yes, sir.
That's fine.
That's fine. It's okay.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Grab people.
I'm unpaid. Not in pain at all. Go good. All right.
And that's just the creature's reaction. Now it takes its turn.
Oh,
That's his reaction. Jesus.
Yeah, it had been hit a lot in the last turn. It has like a threshold. So it's going to make 2 claw attacks. The first one is going to be, it's going to turn around, noticing Lula and Aslan attacking it from behind. The first one's going to swing for Lula. Natural 3. That's definitely not going to make it. The second one will try and smash out at Aslan. That's 15 plus 5. So 20. That's a hit. So you take 4 plus 3, 7 piercing damage. And I need a DC 30 Constitution saving throw from you, please.
well, that's happening. Lula would like to use her reaction to hit the lobster man.
You may do that. Roll your attack.
Roland.
So Aslan, you can halve that damage.
Yeah,
And what's your Constitution saving throw?
12.
You fail the saving throw. You have disadvantage on all attack rolls that use strength until you complete a short or long rest. This thing has now gone and smashed down on you and hit you as you tried to block it, and it's just crushed, and you feel your bones like underneath the weight of its body.
Lula rolled a nat 1.
Lula's seeing double, triple, quadruple these lobsters and just misses her attack horribly.
Totally whiffing it.
Yeah.
Okay. With that, once again, the tentacles seem to inch ever closer. This one is going to nearly make it within range of Frank. This one will move forward over here. More seem to appear from all around you as the space that you've now fought in seems to come to life with all manner of horrors. That's my turn. John, you're up.
John shouts, "Get over here!" And then he lowers his glasses again and casts Eldritch Blast on the crab person. And he gets a natural 20. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Booyah.
Boy!
Ooh, it's not a bad roll. 17 force damage as he strikes his center mass.
The creature hit by the force damage definitely didn't like that and squeals out a high-pitched squeal of pain.
And then he telepathically asks it, "Who is your master?"
Okay. The creature, feeling you enter its brain, you once again feel the malware of something else there as you telepathically make this link with it. It's of somewhat intelligence, but as you speak to it, its only answer back to you comes in the same things you've heard before. You feel anger, pain, hatred, fear, and you hear it doesn't speak or understand common.
No. It can. Oh wait. Yeah, never mind. And
That's
then
how that
he.
would work, right? You can feel its emotions, you can sense what's going on, you can hear what's going on in its head, but it doesn't
Yeah,
it
I don't
doesn't
think
have
they
common as a
answer.
language. Well, telepathy, you establish a link, right? So you've established a link with
No.
its brain, but
No, I just speak to it.
yeah, but it allows the other creature to speak back, which means you
Oh, okay, it
it's like
does.
a
Okay.
phone line. Yeah, remember we
Sweet.
discussed this
But
in the
But
other
it
game.
says it's any creature that understands at least one language. So no matter what language it speaks, it can understand me.
Are you sure?
Yeah, absolutely. Awakened mind. You can telepathically speak to any creature you can see within 30 feet of you if it understands at least one language. Now, I don't know if it can speak back, but it can definitely understand me and hear me. I think that's what it is. I don't think I can like hear their thoughts. I don't think they can speak back to me.
I
But
thought,
it
yeah,
understands
I
like
thought
my
you were just
question.
I thought you were just doing telepathy. My bad.
Well,
I think the response would still be the same.
That's the extent of his telepathy.
Yeah,
Unless
I
he
think the response
casts
would. I think
detect thoughts.
Yeah, I think the response would still be the same.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. And
Sorry.
then he retreats back behind the glass door. No, you're good. That was good. I was just clarifying that for you. That how it works.
Cool. Let me read it later. Like after the session, I'll go through and like read all your psychic stuff again, just so I understand
Gotcha.
it better. Yeah. Okay.
Okie dokie.
Frank.
And
Pencil.
then that's his turn. Is it bloodied yet?
This creature looks like it's really messed up, guys. It's not happy.
Good.
The mucus sort of flowing off of it happens when it seems to be at the state that we could consider bloodied if it was a normal creature, but it's not a normal creature. It's just covered in this viscous, horrible muck. Frank, what are you doing?
I'm assuming an 11 misses.
Yeah.
So he missed with his forcefulest then. So Frank will pull out his gun and try and firebolt the one that's trying to approach him.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Does a 15 hit?
Yep.
Just when you roll the attack, roll your damage at the same time.
Okay. Does a 15 hit or not?
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he was blowing
I
his
gave you a
nose.
thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Maximum damage, 10 fire damage.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Finally, we're getting some good rolls. Let's go.
This creature
Popping
recoils
off.
from the fire once again, its body shaking as the mucus and black blood flies off of it. It's not happy. Is that your turn?
Frank will move over here.
So what are you up to?
Saul is going to put his gun underneath the chin of this creature. He's going to attack, I believe, with advantage because he's flanking it. Correct? All right.
Yes, sir.
Well, I don't need to do that because that's a nat 20.
Ooh, booyah.
Dude, double crit it.
Okay, I'll try. No, but it's still natural 20.
Let's see those numbers.
So
Let's see
that's
those big boy
11.
dice.
That's 11 points of damage.
Okay.
Is he still up?
Yeah. He's
Okay.
definitely not happy, but he's still up.
All right, and then he's going
Damn
to
it.
hammer fist down on it.
Okay.
I presume an 11 misses, but he is going to use flurry of blows. And 23 absolutely hits. So it has 6 additional points of bludgeoning damage.
So, would you like to describe it yourself? As
Yeah,
you
I think
shove
he-
this gun into the tentacly maw of this creature. The tentacles slip down on you, and then you
Mhm.
describe it.
Yeah, I think he shoots up rockets like viscera out the back of its head, and then takes the gun and just like hammer fist twice. And the second time, you can hear like a sickening crack as the carapace cracks open, and the creature falls limp.
Does Saul shout out at all, or does he do it all in silence?
I think he's like gritting his teeth. I don't think he's shouting out. I think this is like
Alright.
pure focused.
Raining.
Echoing
Raining.
through the
He's
cavern. You
covered-
guys hear
He's covered in this shit right now.
as the shot goes off, and then as the carapace cracks, and the creature falls to the ground.
Woo!
Still in combat, but this only threat seem to be these slow creeping tentacles, seemingly from every direction. However, all around you, the caves of the sounds of the cavern, the caves seem to be very much alive.
Would it seem to us that all of these tentacles come from the same creature?
You notice
have
that
any
even
reason to
when you're
believe that?
able to disable, you would all notice that even when you're able to disable the tentacles, they somehow manage to still be pulled back to whatever source is like. But they come from like every direction. If this is a creature, it's some ginormous creature.
Alright.
So do the tentacles extend beyond where their token is, or do they come out of
They
their
go.
Like, how do...
No. They're like sliding from the cave walls or from exits, something like that's the end of the tentacle. That's like the crawling, like wavy, almost. It looks like pock-marked at the end of the tentacle, where it's able to grapple you with these suction cup octopus-like ends. But the tentacle extends all the way from the wall, and all the way from like the cracks, and all the way from the top of the pyramid down. That's where you guys have noticed these tentacles seem to crawl and emanate from. Slither and slip their way towards you. Slimy, slithery, slippy tentacles.
Hello, me.
So are we still in combat though? Because I want to cast a spell.
Whose
Still.
turn is it? I'm gonna stick with combat auto. So who wants to do what? After Saul makes that kill.
I think it's Aslan's turn.
Aslan, what are you doing?
Aslan.
Aslan is still enraged, so you can see he's pretty severely damaged. He's not really himself right now, and he's kind of limping, but he's gonna limp towards a tentacle, take a swing
Okay.
with it with his right arm.
Are you gonna do both your attacks or just one for now?
For now.
Okay, roll your attack and damage.
Yeah, it misses.
Okay.
You could reckless.
Is 11 a miss?
No, 11 is not a miss.
Oh, okay. Then it hits for 11 damage.
You slice through the end of this tentacle, chopping off the tongue, and once again it seems to
Wait.
slither back from whence it came.
11 is not a miss. Then why did my first list miss with 11 earlier?
Different creature, I guess.
It's a different creature.
No, it's the same one you're attacking right now.
Did it? Then it was my bad. Then it was my mistake.
It's all good.
They probably should have been dead already then. Okay.
as he does this, he's gonna slice this one tentacle in half, and then he's gonna take his hand axe in his offhand and throw it at the other tentacle.
Okay.
It's an 8.
That's a miss for sure.
Okay.
And your hand axe, ting, 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 echoes off into the cave.
God damn it.
He's gonna look at it, and then he's gonna look at the others. Like, okay. Now that's the end of this turn. That's all he does.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Lula, what are you doing?
I'm gonna ask Frank if he can throw me a glow stick that's lit, so that I can go to this tentacle over here and grab it and wrap it around my arm so that it can pull me away, so that we can at least hopefully find a source of where these tentacles are coming from.
Okay, please tell me how you're gonna say this to Frank, because I want to know what Frank response would be.
Yeah, what? I want to know what you say in character.
Yeah, what do you say in character?
Oh, no. Look, I need you to throw me them glowy sticks so I can use myself as bait and light the way to where this monster is attacking us from.
So you want us to have to save you too? I don't think so.
Not save me. I'm gonna light the way so you guys can kill it with me. I'm not gonna go down anytime soon. I'm fine. She's not really, but she's fine.
See Frank hesitating for a moment, and I guess like can Frank just like is it a free can he just throw it out using an action or
Go
something like
ahead.
that, or
We're like semi in combat right now.
okay. You can see Frank grabbing another one, breaking it, shaking it, and throwing it towards Lula. Don't get yourself killed.
So Lula
Not
charges
gonna
towards this thing.
Not gonna happen, little guy. So Lula charges against this thing, and then she grabs the tentacle and like wraps it around her arm and like tugs at it, and hopefully it'll tug back, guiding her towards the source.
Make a grapple.
Got it. Yes, grapple. What strength?
Yeah.
Rolling. For crying out loud, Lula, the one time 7.
So as you grow to like wrap your arm around this thing feels you wrapping around it. And in counter to you, because the monsters are up next, and this all happens kind of simultaneously, the creature wraps its arm around you instead and makes its own pull. So I'm going to need you to roll athletics or acrobatics to try and get away from this thing.
Yeah.
I guess we're going with Plan A instead of Plan B.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I mean, the plan works, just not in the way that Lula wanted.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Wouldn't Lula just let
I was
this
like,
happen?
don't worry, guys, I'll be bait.
I mean, you don't have to contest it. If you let this thing grab you, you can.
Yeah,
But you're not only fighting to be grappled.
Okay, I rolled a 15. I don't want to be like pulled all the way like too quickly so you guys lose sight of me. I want it to be controlled so you guys can keep sight of me.
So basically not go prone, right, as it pulls you.
Is your strength a +3?
I rolled strength. Wait, was I supposed to roll a saving throw or
was it 15 total? Because mine is 18 total.
I got 15. Yeah, it's 20. Yeah.
20?
15 plus 5. 15 plus
Athletics,
5.
yeah.
Okay, nice. You don't get pulled prone, and you can control this thing as it pulls you. But as it pulls you, you notice that the tentacle seems to emanate from up towards the ceiling, where there seems to be like some sort of crack or crevice in the cave, and it's sort of just pulling you towards the wall. How far are you going to let it pull you? Because I'm going at 15 feet per turn, basically. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, pulling you towards this pillar.
If we're kind of semi out of combat at this point, can I be kind of like tailing her right now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm just using combat order to like keep it a bit organized.
Absolutely.
So,
Sort of
so
put
those
yourself
other
10
ones-
feet behind, and you'll be cool.
so those other tentacles on the map, can Frank see those?
You know, like if you want to make a perception roll, you can. There's tentacles all around you. The ceiling seems to move. The floor seems to sometimes be a little bit slippery and slithery. And they're coming from the walls and halls and floors around you. It's
Yeah, but those
you guys
are,
aren't
like,
in a good spot.
Like those actual tentacles. Can I see those with dark vision and all of that? Like,
Yeah, for sure. But
Right.
you know that those aren't
Okay.
the only ones as
okay, I want to target them and shoot them with the firebolt and a ballista if possible. I mean, it'd be after John wants to do whatever we're doing, but
Yeah.
Kill.
Okay.
Can I do my thing yet, or?
Go ahead.
All right, sweet. I want to mind spike the tentacle. It needs to give me a wisdom save, DC 14.
9 plus 0. 9 fails.
Sweet.
Oh.
Alright, so it's gonna take 9 psychic damage,
Okay.
and I know the target's location for an hour, and it can't become hidden from me. And if it's invisible, it gains no benefit from the condition.
Okay,
Nice.
nice to know. The tentacle, first of all, pops. As you mind spike it, the head of this thing that you're looking at literally just goes from it's psychic damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it literally just in front of you. But as it does, you're able to enter what feels like a network inside your brain. And as you see the location, it's all around you. And like roots or vines growing from a tree, emanating from some source and above you in the mountain, what seems to be some sort of deep crater or crevice or hole in the mountain, perhaps something like a mine shaft or something further up. I'm not sure exactly on the scale of it because it's like the mountains are quite big, but I don't know if it'd be like 100, 200, 300 meters, something like that. You know, like
It goes deep.
it's like
So-
above you, and these tentacles, like vines, seem to dig through the earth and through the like little twisted caves and caverns around you, and seem to literally be everywhere, specifically surrounding this pyramid structure. You say you can feel it and invisibility doesn't work and you can tell the location of whatever this entity is, and it does not seem to have any sort of mind per se. It seems to be some sort of, in the same way that the automaton is a constructed creature, these tentacles are attached to some bigger sort of not necessarily an intelligence, but they're a construct. It's like a flesh golem or something like that, you know.
Mhm.
They're not
It's
necessarily.
artificially made.
It's an artificial.
It wasn't born. It was created.
And it doesn't necessarily seem to have a brain. It doesn't necessarily seem to be a creature in its own right, if you get what I mean.
It's not an intelligence. Gotcha.
Precisely.
It's not
Yeah.
sentient.
Yeah, exactly. It's not sentient.
So John says, "All right, guys, leave it to me." And then he takes off his glasses, and his eyes glow a bright green, and this like spike of compressed air just seems to dart towards the spike, and it just pops it, splattering black blood upon those around it, upon Lula, who was like close to it or grappled by it even. And then all of a sudden, John begins to scream, and he's like, "Ah!" And then he falls to his knees, and he says, "It's all around us! Ah! It's huge!" And yeah, that's his turn.
It's terrifying.
Yep.
so anyways, I started blasting.
Okay. Make your 2 attacks and roll your damage. They have 10 AC, 7 HP. Let's see if you can get rid of both of them at once.
God fucking damn it! Well, the fucking okay. The force ballista fucking missed.
Explodes a piece of rock, shattering across the cavern floor.
And the firebolt does 4 damage.
Strikes this thing, but they're still coming towards you guys. Because this happens simultaneously, I'm going to say, Saul, do you have anything particular that you want to do, or do you want to switch? Can we go to roleplay now? The
No,
one
the
that's
stuff I
around
want to do
Lula
is
has
not,
just been eviscerated into a
yeah, the stuff I want to do is not really combat related, so not really.
Okay, so then with that, and this last wave of psychic energy, the tentacles that seem to writhe and move all around you sort of retract backwards. And for a second, the entire cave, the entire tunnel grows silent. And occasionally you hear the odd but it's not awake. And it's not the chaotic scene of a couple minutes that you guys just went through. It seems.
So, I'm sorry.
No, continue.
I was gonna say, John stumbles over to the railing alongside the edge of the cart, and he's sweating and he's panting, and all of a sudden he looks haggard, even though he hasn't really been physically touched in the fight. And he leans over and he says, his whole body's shaking. He says, "It's coming from the pyramid. It's a weapon. We have to destroy it."
Okay. Paul's going to look towards the pyramid, and he's going to scamper off kind of the same way he's been going to go recover that very nice lantern that lights up the room.
Okay.
I would like to recover that in the interim. He's going to do that as fast as he can. I would like to take a quick look around at like the pyramid, see if there's like an entrance or anything like that while I'm up there.
Okay.
So just real quick, as Saul goes to start walking over there, John says, "No, it's there. No, it's there."
He's gonna like kind of like dip his hat with his finger, you know, kind of like this, and just keep going. He's not.
Okay.
He looks a little freaked out, but he's like, he's not walking over there. He's scampering as fast as he can. He's getting the lantern. He's looking around very briefly, and he's getting the fuck out.
Frank is
Badass.
just looking
Understood.
at all of this, and just grabs his little cannon, puts it back, unscrews the top, puts it back in his pocket, and just you can just see him just take out a flask and just start drinking as while looking at the rest of you guys. Just
With that lantern in hand, can I get like a really good look at the pyramid just briefly to see if I can see like an entrance into it, or maybe like a hole with a bunch of like tentacles coming out or something?
Give me a perception roll.
Sure.
You don't need disadvantage because this thing gives you bright light for 60 feet and then dim light for another 30 feet beyond that. It is a magically
and
enhanced
also there's
lantern,
glow sticks everywhere.
and there's glow sticks. Well, the glow sticks only do like what we decided, like 10 foot.
Yeah,
Was what they
kinda
like
weak
was.
light,
They didn't do much.
Yeah,
I do get
but they're like
21.
scattered all around. So
21 on that perception roll.
The pyramid structure seems to be made of solid stone.
Right.
These rocks, like I said before, they're placed together in a way that's, it almost seems by design. You know, these rocks
Yeah,
have been
they're like
carved to the perfect shape, like puzzle pieces that perfectly
Yeah, they
fit
don't need
together.
mortar because they're
They don't need
perfectly-
mortar because they're perfectly balanced and perfectly stacked against each other. And from where you can see, and especially where you're standing, you don't see any sort of entrance. What you do see, because you have such a high perception roll, is the tentacles don't seem to emanate from the structure, but there is a couple of these tentacles sort of seeping down from something above and then making their way along the pyramid, crawling along the join lines where these rocks meet.
Okay, so
But
it's
they
coming
seem to be emanating from above.
Okay. But it's so high up I can't see the origin?
That's beyond the dim light. It sort of disappears into a hole somewhere above.
Good to know. He is going to scamper back to the train.
It's a good plan.
One last.
With your 21 perception, you'd also notice that a couple of these long-armed creatures that seem to be choking Lula have been watching you as you made this move. But something they seem to be hesitant.
Right. Yeah, he's not going to engage with them. He's just going to back off. The last thing I did want to look at, just on my way back, is that pillar that is blocking the track. Is it like jammed up underneath the train, or is it?
So some of the pillar, as well as some pieces of rock, seem to have lodged themselves on the train tracks, and then the tracks have gotten caught on these. So they need to be cleared, as well as the train either pulled or pushed or leveraged to pull them off of the rubble underneath.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Aslan, do you want to do anything? Because it's your turn up in the combat, and then we'll just continue with the roleplay.
Yeah, no, he'll just he'll limp back to pick up his axe and then back into the cart and crawl over the train and get down for a bit.
Understood.
And then he'll say, Saul, can you Saul, please make train work?
Saul's gonna take off his hat and like kind of scratch his head with one hand on his hip while looking at the train, looking very perplexed, and he's gonna try to kick that big wooden beam that's rammed underneath it, see if he can knock it loose.
It worked?
Lula. It didn't seem to work. Lula, are you still chilling with the tentacle, or what are you doing?
She's just snuggling with the tentacle.
No.
You're covered in this black viscous blood with like the remains of the popped tentacle in the popped calamari in your arms.
Right. Well, Lula's just gonna shake it off a bit, and since she heard John first scream and then say, "It's everywhere!" and then collapse, and also see Aslan limping like the injured little kitty cat that he is. Not really, sorry. She's gonna go towards Aslan and John, check on both of them, see that John is like, just like sweaty and like haggard, and Aslan is actually limping. And she's gonna go to the big guy and she's gonna say, "Don't you worry, Aslan, I got this." And she's gonna whip out her herbalism kit and make a healing potion quickly.
Please roll a d20.
Medicine check?
Saul's going to stop trying to kick this thing and look with grave concern.
This sounds familiar.
Okay, I rolled just a flat d20. Lula got a sip.
Please roll 2d6s. Give me the first one and then the second one.
2d6s, okay. 2d6s, 2d6s, 2d6s. I'm looking. 1, 2. Rolling. Okay, so 4 altogether. She got a 3 and a 1.
So the first one's a 3.
Yep.
Second one's a 1.
Yeah, second one's a 1.
Okay. You mix some of the ingredients and you put a powder here and you put like a little bit of these herbs in, and then you like squish it all together, add a little bit of like liquid from your water skin, and then you notice it goes and like flare up for a second. And then you add like a little bit more of this and like a chemistry reaction, the color changes immediately from green to a beautiful dark crimson red. And it looks like this is what a health potion should look like, You feel very proud of yourself.
Everyone knows
Lula's
health is red.
Yeah, exactly. So Lula's just gonna exclaim out in excitement, "I done it!" And she's gonna give the potion to Aslan and say, "Here, drink up. This should make you feel better."
Is Aslan gonna drink it?
He'll drink it, no hesitate.
Oh no. Saul's eyes bulge out of his head.
Does it taste good?
Frank is just looking at this, just like, all right.
Okay, so there's Aslan. He just gives it the old.
Like he'll chug it. He'll chug the whole thing one. Just like that.
Just like that.
There
and
we
as he
go.
does,
Vomits up a lung.
he feels strange tickly sensation in his throat. And the tickle turns from a little bit more of a tickle to something like when you just had soda water and a little bit of like static electricity. And then it goes from being static electricity to electricity. And you feel this reverberation of what feels like you stuck the fork in the wall and then stuck the fork down your throat as you get hit with 7 points of lightning damage.
Oh no.
Like putting 500 watts on your tongue.
Yeah, exactly. Your tongue goes numb. You can't taste anything. Your eyes look in two different directions, and you really don't feel good. Plus, you're not raging anymore, so you can't have it.
Thank you. I'm gonna rest now. And then he'll curl up in a fetal position and just go to sleep
Where is he going to sleep?
on the back of the train.
Okay, good to know. You want to put yourself in that position?
Oh yeah, sorry. I thought we weren't using.
No. Just so I know. Okay. What does everybody else want to do?
Frank will get up on into the cart and go to our little robotic friend and go check him out. How's he doing?
It seems that both eyes have just gone black, and I'm not even going to make you roll for it. You notice that a couple of things have been knocked a bit loose. There's some rattling in there, you know.
Frank will walk up to him and seems to attach something like a hammer type thing to the butt of his gun, holding it at the barrel, and start tinking on him and cast mending.
Okay.
And as he does this, he says, "Yeah, you'll be better. It's okay. Come on."
Can you roll me a D4 plus your Tinker's tools? So proficiency and intelligence.
So that's a proficiency, so +5 in total. And a D4. Max, that's 9 in total.
Hell yeah.
You heal the automaton. You notice as and the eyes, which were previously black, doop, like a white thing goes across them, and then it goes, and you notice the loading screen. It goes, good evening. I am AI, automaton assistant, automaton intellect. How may I help you?
So this thing doesn't seem to recognize me or whatsoever. He just lost his memory or something, or
You seem to get the feeling that even though this thing is called an intellect, it's not necessarily as sentient or as human as some of the models that you would know exist.
okay. So he would grab it by the arm without any words spoken, just bring him to the rest of the group and say, "I fixed him."
The automaton looks around at you guys. Good evening. I am AI, automaton assistant, designation AA02. How may I be of assistance?
Frank will go and
So,
sit down and
sorry.
wave to the rest. Go, move like you guys handle this.
Paul cries out in pain as he stubs his toe from repeatedly trying to kick this shit loose from underneath the train.
Frank will notice this and look over. Go, Saul, stop, bro, stop. No, man, it's okay. We'll get the automaton to try and move this thing. It's probably strong enough.
Okay.
And then he'll look towards AI and how exactly is this thing wedged?
AI has skinny little arms.
It's made of metal. You can probably do something.
We saw him lift a rock earlier.
Yeah, this man lifted a rock earlier.
Like no problem.
How wedged is this? How does the train look? Like how is it wedged? What needs to be done to get it unwedged?
As much as it seems to be a thing of strength and whatever, it also seems to be the fact that the train, after the collapse happened, somehow seemed to reverse upon the rubble underneath it. And so it needs to be cleared as much as it needs to just be moved off or out from under the way.
So we can just start the locomotive and pull out. Essentially,
Yeah, and,
right?
and probably move some of the rocks to not damage stuff, you know?
Right. So
Frank,
John all of a sudden says, "Stop!" His eyes are still glowing green. He's clearly has some kind of spell going on, and he's still sweating and like still panting, and he doesn't seem to be catching his breath. He's like, "No, we can't leave. We have to destroy it." Frank, is there nothing in your bag that can kill it? That can destroy this pyramid?
Destroy what exactly?
Paul starts shaking his head, and then he points. He holds the lantern aloft. I don't know how much he could illuminate it from where he's at. It's like 60 feet, right? 60 feet, and then 60 feet dim.
No, 30 feet dim.
Oh, okay.
Nick, push to talk.
Yeah, in the dim light we
Sorry.
can see it like concealed within the shadows.
Yeah, so this magical lantern that was taken off AI seems to be 60 feet of bright light and 30 feet of dim light.
Yeah, so in that case, he's going to hold that aloft to where he can kind of illuminate.
It lights up a big portion of the cavern. Like, it does a good job.
And he's going to point vaguely above the pyramid where I believe you might be able to see some of the vines creeping up there. Let me measure it out to be sure.
You might see shadows of them.
Yeah.
It's it's definitely not close enough that you'd be able to see where they emanate from, where they're like.
Yeah, not quite close enough, but he'll even get closer and motion you to follow, so you can kind of see it from a distance.
You'd literally have to get to the base of the pyramid to be able to see what you saw.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, John is more interested in like the back of the train, so he stumbles over to it and he starts sifting through the back of the train, and he's like, "There has to be something here we can use," and he begins looking for explosive charges and the likes that are used in the mining, perhaps. I don't know.
So in the back of this train, you seem to notice a bunkhouse. There are some supplies. You find that there's a bunch of scribbled notes and journals and books. This doesn't seem to be from the mining company. This seems to be from the archaeologist and whatever his little team that he put together. This was their little carriage, basically.
Gotcha. Oh,
So
okay, for the archaeology team. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna make you roll like to search around that. It's pretty clear like that this is not a miner's thing. There's some research that's gone into this. There's books all scattered all over the place. There's writing implements. There's notes and drawings and diagrams. If you want to look through those, you can make me an investigation check if you like.
Yeah, I guess he would begin to go through it, like seeing that there's nothing of that type for like any mining stuff, so he's gonna begin leafing, through all the books and whatnot.
Real quick, while he's doing that, he's going to walk back towards John, and he's going to kind of like tap Lula's shoulder and kind of like jerk his head to follow him in there with John, and he's gonna see John starting to like investigate and like read stuff, and it's gonna take time, and he's just gonna make a big show of like kind of like sliding down the wall onto his butt on the ground and like lighting a cigarette and taking a short rest.
Okay.
Because presumably this is going to take a little bit of time. He's going to have one eye on the door. And
Frank, while he's doing that, would go up to Aslan and look him all the way up into the eyes and go, "Big man, help me move this rubble so we can get this thing out of here. We have a job to do." And he'll get the automaton to help wherever it can too, and say, "Robot, you too, move rubble away so we can get out of here." And
There it goes. I am programmed to remove rubble and any blockage. And then he pulls out a little archaeologist's brush from his belt and goes, "Show me to the dig site."
Okay. So does Aslan follow Frank and help him?
No, Aslan is sleeping right now.
Aslan's taking a
Well,
cat nap.
Lula's gonna follow Frank, but before she does, she's gonna make another health potion and keep it on her side.
Jesus
and then help
Christ.
Frank.
Okay.
Health
same,
potion.
same thing. 2d6s. I'm not going to make you roll for it again. I'm going to use your same low 7.
Oh, let me roll for it. Maybe this one's gonna work.
That's fucked up, man.
Okay, roll for it then.
Rolling. Okay, the first one is. This is not good. They're both 1.
It's liquid death, buddy.
That's gonna be the best potion yet.
Can't wait until you drink that one. This one seems to have a distinctively darker red hue. It seems to be like the you tried to do what you did before, and you're not exactly sure what you did differently. But unlike the last one, which came out like a nice Campari red, this one seems to be crimson and dark, and not look quite as friendly.
Well, Lula's still gonna smile and be like, you know what? I think this will heal even better. I mean, Aslan is just busy healing up because that took a lot of energy out of him. Does she even know that it shocked him?
It didn't look
You
good. I
would have
imagine.
noticed his discomfort. It definitely didn't look good.
I mean, I'm sure it's just like growing pains, healing pains. So she's gonna keep it for herself. Maybe even drink it herself when the situation arises.
Good to
Okay.
know. Okay.
So yeah, Frank, as if Lula follows, Frank will guide the automaton to remove all the rubble underneath and around the train so that it can has a free path when we start it back up again, that we can actually get it to go.
Okay, so to get this right, Saul and Aslan are taking short rests. John is searching and reading through notes, and Lula and Frank are busy trying to clear rubble with the help of AI.
Yep.
Does that sound correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
While everybody are performing these various tasks, Frank and Lula are bent over picking up rocks and trying to pull stuff out from under the tracks and throw it aside. Frank is searching through the notes. He's searching through the notes, and through these small little slat windows in this train side, he looks up. John, that's what I said, yeah. Through these
You
small
said
little
Frank.
slat. Oh, sorry, my bad.
It's all good.
You guys all have like the most basic Christian names ever. John
Think about
versus this Saul. It's not my fault. Okay. So as you're looking through these notes and paging through them through the small slat windows in the carriage side, a familiar yellow-orange glow through the cave from the pyramid, and Lula and John, clearing in the light of this lantern, look behind them and turn their heads to notice that a reddish orange light glows down from the
God,
pyramids.
it's here.
And as it does, you
Oh.
notice that from what seems to be the top of the pyramid is like this, right? The part where it collapsed rock is over here. What seems to be some sort of tunnel that comes straight downwards onto the top of the pyramid. This small orb of red, orange, yellow light just glows and emanates. And with that, I think we'll end until next week.
All right.
Oh heck yeah. Intense.
Okay.
Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody who watched. I hope everybody's as
Hey,
excited
guys.
as I am for the next week. I
Can't
hope
wait.
everybody had fun.
Till next time.
Oh yeah.
On
Quest and Quill.
Quest and Quill.
All right. We'll see you next week, everyone. Have a great
See ya.
Cheers. Bye.